Okay, so hello, we are going to be going over the current weather situation today. Don't mind that since I'm in Moscow, Russia. I just changed it to that so that way it doesn't show my actual location. You can see here that Hylene right here, Hurricane Hylene is over here. Columbus is getting hit by a fair amount of rain right now. There's not a lot of red on here, at least on this. This is the lowest quality radar I use, and it seems that Hylene is probably about to die. If we look at the future, it is still rotating, and it probably will. And predictions will show that it probably will be rotating for a lot. But it's probably not going to form any tornadoes because this is large-scale rotation, not small-scale. You can see here that there is a line of flood warnings because it just hit this area, as you can see by the track. It started all the way down here. It went all the way this way. Went over here, it hit around Tallahassee as a Category 4, and it kept going up and up and up, and it just did this loop here as a tropical depression, or at least a post-tropical depression, and it is now just a cyclone. It is, so it's just now probably going to soon just become a regular low pressure system. And you can see that there are still some storm lines over here with some hail, but there is a lot of aerial flood warnings and flash flood warnings. It's also a fair bit of. Here's your flash flood warning. Here is a aerial flood advisory. And a lot of these other ones are just aerial flood warnings. As you can see, there are no tornado warnings because this is not a storm that's really good for tornadoes. If we go out more west here, you can see a very large fire weather warning, along with some freeze washes, which means that I'm pretty sure the jet stream have dipped down here to let all the cold air from the polar vortex bit over here. There's also more fire weather watches, a high wind watch, and small craft advisories along with gale warnings, excessive heat warnings. And you can see over in Miami here, there's a heat advisory, and there's also a fair bit of beach hazard statements and small craft advisories over here. Nothing really in Lake Erie. There is a bit of a small craft advisory here, along with another small craft advisory here, and a beach hazard statement. Over in Washington, there is coastal flood advisories, along with small craft advisories, and beach hazard statements as usual. Now let's go over to our high quality radar. Okay, here is our higher quality radar. We can see from Cincinnati, you can see parts of Hurricane Hylene right here. The storm tracks are telling me that's going this way. From a high quality radar, we can see that there is going to be a bit more rain around around maybe 33.5 to 35 dBz. Let's go over further south here to Louisville. You can see more parts of the storm. Over here, in this part, you can see that they might be getting around 38.5 dBV according to this. Let's turn on our radar decoder. We're going to be getting around 37.5 there. As you can see, most of this area is going to be light rain to little to no rain. If we look over at Fort Wayne, there's a bit of buckets over here, as I like to call them, buckets of rain. And these look like that might be a small, tiny hook right here. It's hard to see because of how low quality the radar is. Indianapolis, not much showing here. This might be a Boeing line segment right here, not sure. Well, a Boeing line segment would probably be more of this, not this. So let's look at Fort Wayne again. It's possible that this could be a hook echo, but it's probably not like a strong one if it is. If we go further up north to where the radar site is up here, you can see just more scattered clouds, more scattered rain. Let's go into the velocity, see if we can see anything that might bat an eye. Any velocity couplets. So basically, if you don't know how to read this, red means it's going away from the radar site, while green means it's going towards the radar site. And the radar site is this black part right here where there's seems to be nothing. That's just that it's too close to the radar to see. So as you can see here, most of it's gone. Seems that unusually, this is very unusual because it's probably because there's a hurricane that's going like this. Usually the storm track motion is this way. Well, because there's a hurricane and it's going, or a tropical depression, and this tropical depression is rotating in this way. That means that the general motion of clouds will be this direction, and then down here it should be the other way. And look at that, I'm correct. There doesn't seem like there are any velocity couplets. Though this little dipping part is a bit strange. No velocity couplets. A velocity couplet would be seen from the radar's perspective. It'd be green on the left, red on the right. And from the radar's perspective, that is not the case here. So there are probably no supercells. Go over to Fort Wayne. Let's check that one storm that looked like it had a hook, which should be this one. Nothing. There's nothing. So no tornadoes. So now let's look at correlation coefficient. Basically what this means, the purple or the pink means that most of the objects in the air detecting are very similar sizes, while the red and blues mean that like it's very that's very not the same. Like there's big particles, then there's small particles, then there's in between a bunch of different sizes. And if you see that in a supercell, so let's say that we have a classic supercell. The hook goes like this, and there's obviously the anvil going this way, then the middle part right here. On correlation coefficient, the tornado would be in a very, very blue area, while the rest would be pink. And you can even see it on, you'd even be able to see it on, space reflectivity. It appear as the hail part of the storm, and it's not hail, it's debris. So if you go back to space reflectivity here, and if there was a classic supercell with the hook and then the thing down here, then you'd see the debris ball, you call it, would be right underneath the notch or the hook echo in that little circle area. that's what you would see. That's about it for today's forecast. I will see you guys later.